Okay, so this is going to be a quick guide on how we in the Rogue Army run the Iron Horse raid. Just something I want to warn about. If this is your first time, don't be entirely surprised if you have raid nerves. You don't need to. The enemies in here are not really any more difficult than in the normal game. And we're just going to run through some of the standard mechanics. I'm not going to go over where to get backpack trophies and things like that and keys. There are a lot of YouTube videos for that. We're just going to go over mechanics. So when we spawn into the raid, we're all going to land over here. There's just the two of us now to do the explanation. This raid has already been cleared, so we're just going to go over, show some of the areas and talk about the mechanics. So what we're going to do is run over to this area over here. The roller shutter door is going to be closed. So we'll run over to the beginning, we'll interact with it, and that is going to open this roller shutter door. Then we're all going to run through to the left over here. And over this little yellow tarpaulin. When we get into this section, it's just a case of killing ads. I usually like to run immediately up to the left-hand side and kill the guy on the turret here, because he's one of the people that does a lot of damage. After we've cleared a few of the ads in the main section, this door behind me, there's going to be some ads coming out there. We just take those out, kill the rest of the ads in the back, and then we start moving up. There's going to be a few more ads here, kill everything, and there'll be a few guys on turrets and RPGs and so forth up ahead. Just kill those guys. Then a message will pop up on your screen, find a way into the foundry. Once that's done, what we need to do is come and interact with these two buttons. Obviously there's usually a train, but more forward. When we do that, the boss is going to come out, he's going to jump onto the train, and he's going to land over here. He's going to have three guys with big blue shields guarding him. We just need to drop those guys. Easiest is if you've got three people with sweet dreams, and just run up to him, melee them, drop them down, and we DPS the boss. While we're doing that, we typically have two people on this little bridge over us. They're going to be watching out for ads, so killing things from the back and killing things in the front of us here. Very simple encounter. Once this is done, then what we'll do is the two of the people that we kill here are going to drop spark plugs. With these, we are going to run, one is over here. We'll insert the one here, whoever picks up the spark plug. And there's going to be another one where Tack is running on the other side. Once we've done that, we can then come back, interact again, and then move the train back. Once we have done that, we're going to go into this little corridor, into this door here, find this lever, and we will turn this lever over. This is going to release another spark plug from one of these little Wi-Fi boxes. So if we run out again, there's these little Wi-Fi boxes all over. When we go around, one of them will have a press F to interact. When you do that, it'll drop another spark plug. So exactly that. And if it has the spark plug, you can interact, pick it up, and then we run back into that little room. So the first key will be over there. To get the key open, what we're going to do is come here, pop the spark plug into this generator. We'll usually have a few people here with grenades. When that generator is opened, this window is going to open. They're going to throw grenades through this window and into this train over there, and that'll open the door, and you can go get the key from that box. And that's our first encounter done. Now we can carry on into this section. This area, there will be heat damage over here, and what we're going to have to do is get people to stand by these devices that are marked. So here's 100, just ignore that one. No one has to stand there. First person is going to come and stand by this one here. Second person by this one. And the third person by this one over here. Once those people are in place, then we come to contact.
Just here.
Okay.
We have to kill the ads from here. One will drop a fuse.
Okay, yes, thank you. I always end up standing by the box, so yeah. Alright, then we go and pop the fuse in here. Then people can interact with their stations, and everyone runs forward. What we would usually do is drop a healer hive towards the back, because obviously those people are going to take the most damage. Once everything is done, everyone can run forward, and we carry on with this encounter. Okay, so run through here, take a nice look at the train, and then we can go to the right up the stairs. Okay, up ahead we have our second encounter, and this is the first of our slightly more complex ones. So this one is going to start with one healer in the control room. A lot of videos do speak about two healers. It's not necessary, you only need the one. One of their functions is going to be opening the doors for the forge downstairs. And here are our levers to interact with. So this one, Alpha, is going to open the far door on the left. Bravo opens the one underneath us. And Charlie opens the one to the right. The other thing the person is going to be doing that's up here is they're going to be looking at these screens. The person in the forge is then going to call out a code. I will put those codes up on screen so you can see. They're going to see that the picture that it corresponds to, the picture is going to look something like this. And we are going to go and look for these downstairs. We usually talk about a white cup or a black cup. So a black cup is like this one with a black on top. White cup is the one with white on top. Then you've got your cracked ones, your ones on the conveyor belts, on a hook, and so forth. And that's the terminology that we use. When we start this encounter, these two doors over there are actually going to stay open, and then there will be ads spawning up top here, so from this door and from the far side over there. There'll be one person on each side, and they will be making sure that these ads go down as fast as possible. The purple guy is your biggest challenge, so he is going to come and run up to this box, activate it, and that will then shut down the control room. If that does happen, the person on each side must run up to this handle, and they must interact with it at the same time to reset the control room. Typically, it shouldn't happen if it's one purple and a chunga. A person with a decent DPS build can take them down pretty quickly.
Focus the purple.
Yes, focus definitely on the purple first. The chunga is going to throw grenades at you. They are going to sting a little bit, but you'll be fine. Also, would like to add probably the most boring part in the raid. So if you get stuck there, sorry. Okay, then into the forge itself. So when you run in, right behind you, that strobe light is going to be lit up. And then on this little ticker box over here, you are going to see the codes. I'll put up a guide to the codes. We usually just call that out, so Bravo, Mike, numbers, whatever the case is. And based on that, the person in the control room is going to know what to call out. Once we have that call and the actual symbol from it, we are going to go to these little Wi-Fi boxes. When you run up to it, it'll open up and you'll see a symbol. There's two here at the back at Bravo, this one over here, and that one over there. What would happen if you do have the code, you must call it out that you have it. You then follow these yellow lines, so you'll see this line goes over here. So if it corresponds to that one, you come here and you shoot this red box. Do not use St. Elmo's or your shotgun. it can bug it out. Switch to your pistol and give it a shot. The other one, for instance, is up top here, so you just follow the same little yellow line, come up here and shoot that box. So we have the same thing here at the alpha side, so you'll see one here, and again you can just follow the yellow line, and we have another one in this room as well. Same thing is going to be at Charlie, so I'll just run across. When we are busy with this encounter, we'll only have one person in the forge, and that's going to be somebody with a lot of armor regen, so that they can tank the damage that is going to be dealt to them. Note that that damage, while it is fire, is not a status effect, so Hasbro is not going to help as much as you'd think. You just want armor regen. Okay, so yeah, you'll see is the one red box, and this one corresponds to this one at the back here. And then we have the other one that's in here. Once we have done the codes, I think it's 4 times, we add to the codes 4 times, and that is then going to allow us to fill the crucible. Once the crucible is filled, the person up in the control room can start moving it. When that is going to start moving, the person that is here in the actual forge itself, they are going to have to shoot certain weak points because this crucible is going to get jammed, and that will allow it to keep moving. Once it's moved 4 times, the last movement would then allow it to empty the molten steel onto the gun. Once that is done, we will then move on to the water phase. On the water phase, at each Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie, there are valves. So these valves are going to have numbers on. So there's one here, one over there, and that will be either 15 or 25. That is random per encounter, and if you do wipe, it will reset and you're going to have to come and check these. There are another 2 more at the back here at Bravo. And those are going to be in this far right area over here. And then at Charlie, you've got your others. We need to get our water pressure between 85 and 90. So typically what we do is 3 25s and a 15. When we start the encounter, somebody is going to go and check all the numbers, do a bit of math, and then tell everybody which valve you are going to be interacting with. When you come and interact with the valve, press F and hold it until it's finished. Do not just tap F, it won't work. Once that is done, the person inside the forge should already be on these water cannons, and they will then be able to spray the water onto the molten steel, solidifying it like this and making the gun inactive. The person that's in here is also going to have another wipe mechanic where the boss is going to throw smoke and put this whole place on fire, and they are going to have to get out and go into these airlocks and go outside and just evade that. If you are on Alpha or Charlie, there will be an ad that drops an RPG when you kill them. Pick up that RPG, bring it into this little airlock, and drop it over here. You drop it by switching to your primary or secondary weapon. Once you've dropped that, get out of the airlock and call RPG at Charlie or RPG at Alpha. Once we have done the water phase and the train is solidified, we are going to call for everybody to get into the Bravo airlock. Everybody comes back here. Don't care if you have ads or anything like that. This is where your focus needs to be. The person in the control room is going to open this door. You are going to run forward and stay on this metal platform. Do not go off onto the side. Otherwise, you're going to be playing a very real game of the floor is lava. The boss will be in front of you. DPS him down as fast as you can, and this encounter is then over. When you are here busy DPSing the boss, the person in the control room will typically drop a healer hive just to give you a bit of extra life. And that should be the second encounter. He's going to drop his loot, pick it up, and then you can make your way out the side here towards Alpha, and then back towards this door. Okay, so we are going to run through this exit and then on towards our next encounter. Typically there would be 2 RPGs left over. We are going to bring those with us. Do not use them. We'll drop one here and then we'll drop one over there. The way we usually do this is subgroup 1 is going to go onto the left hand side and subgroup 2 is going to go onto the right hand side. Subgroup 1, when they run forward, are going to run towards these gates. They are electrified and they're not going to be able to go through. The other group that's on the side where attack is at the moment are going to have to shoot weak points. So there's the one there, and there'll be another one, thank you, up there, and that will allow us to open these doors. Once you go forward, there's going to be a chunga over here. Kill him as quickly as possible. This whole thing is timed. Once you've done that, he is going to drop another spark plug for you. Okay, I'm just going to run around the other side because currently there's no way through here. When you do this in the raid, you can just keep running forward. One person from each subgroup is going to come back and pick up the RPG and then meet us at the next area. On this area, what we're going to do is have 2 people with bullet kings, and they are going to go and sit behind these blocks, one on each side, and they are going to focus the snipers up ahead. So if you look from here, there'll be snipers up top, up there, and they are going to be trying to kill the whole team. People with a bullet king are just going to keep them in cover while the rest of the team runs forward. The 2 people with the RPGs are going to run ahead, and as they get about here, they're going to shoot the person on the other side's red pipes. That will allow us to get to the next area. 2 people are going to have a priority on each side of going up to top here as fast as possible. And up there are valves. Unfortunately, I can't get to it at the moment, but if you look there and there, the valves, and they'll be the same where tack is at the moment. All 4 valves need to be interacted with at the same time. One person from this side is then going to jump up there and go get the next key. Once we're done with that, everybody comes through to this door, and we are going to carry on. In this area, we are going to use that key that we just picked up. We're going to interact with the generator, and that's going to open up the keys. We're going to shoot out some boxes, and that's going to open up here where we're going to get our next key. I'm not really going to go into that now. There are quite a few YouTube guides on that. Okay, we can then just run through this area. And we're going to watch a nice little cutscene over here. And then we can start onto our 3rd encounter. So, this 3rd encounter is going to revolve heavily around this tower in the middle. When we run around, we're going to see there's 3 main areas to the downstairs section. So there's going to be your blue area over there, your red area over there, and on the other side there is going to be the yellow area. And that sits over there. The way we are going to do this is we are going to have one person with a good hazard protection and some armor regen. He is then going to go up this chain. Always a fun animation. On this tower in front of you, there are signs, so diagnostics this way is to the left, pipes are to the right. We are going to start out with diagnostics. So we go over here. This one is typically lit up with the blue section first, and the person up top here would interact, and the person that is assigned to the blue area downstairs would interact with their terminal. So that is going to be where TAC is at the moment. So when the person on the tower interacts, that person is going to come here and then come and start the encounter. When we do this, ads are going to spawn, and the person upstairs is going to have to get off very quickly, as there is a wipe mechanic to staying upstairs in that section. Everybody else downstairs is going to work around together, so there will be people assigned to one of each color, but in this phase we are going to move together, clear ads together. Something that's very important is upstairs you will see there are these walkways. Watch out for snipers on the walkway, they do quite a bit of damage. To continue with this encounter, the person is going to go back upstairs, back to the diagnostics area, and interact with it again. This is now going to be pretty random, so it could be the blue, the yellow, or the red. If it is the red, we are going to hold that button down and just keep interacting with it. There will be fire here, but with your hazard protection on, it's not really going to damage you. Just keep holding it down, and the person downstairs is going to interact with their red terminal. This avoids the whole mechanic of trying to find the red valves and interacting with them together. When we are on the blue one, what we are going to do is have somebody come up, go one level down, and look at these little valves here by these blue pipes. 3 of these are going to have steam coming out and need to be interacted with. As those are interacted with, this person is going to call them out and say done 1, done 2, and done 3. As soon as the 3rd one is done, the person upstairs is going to come down to avoid that upper wipe mechanic, and the person on blue needs to, just before that's done, interact with their terminal by the blue door. Yellow is very similar to blue, except what we're going to do is look for these boxes, find the ones that are sparking and interact with them, calling them out as you go. Once those are done, the person that is assigned to the yellow door is going to go and interact with their terminal. Once that is done, we start the next phase. TAC?
When you've interacted with the terminal, the boss will come out of the door behind you. Make sure you get away from them after you've interacted. Everyone must DPS the boss down to make him immune. That will make him run away.
Perfect, thank you very much. Okay, for the next stage, the person upstairs is going to go up, drop down 1 level, and then interact with these valves over here. They are going to have a corresponding person on the other side that is going to guide them on how to align what we call the Pac-Men downstairs. So that person that's downstairs would call for you to start interacting, and they're going to call down as a clock 3, 2, 1, stop. And what that is going to mean is these Pac-Men over here, basically the mouth is going to be not aligned to that dot. You're going to interact with that valve upstairs. That's going to move the Pac-Man around, and you stop it just before the mouth is aligned to the dot. That must be done on all 6 of these Pac-Men around the tower. So you'll see if you go around, there's another 2 over here, and another 2 just further on. Once all Pac-Men are done, everybody needs to come and DPS down the little dots in the middle. Once all the dots are done, Then someone at each corner needs to shoot the lava in the middle. Don't stand too close because it will be a little spicy. I would recommend stand back here somewhere and just DPS that down. The lava is going to come spraying out, and that is then going to open up the next phase.
And you have the boss as well.
Yes, sorry, the boss is going to come out and you're going to have ads and so forth as well. Just DPS him down, keep him away from you, but you're not going to do much damage now. For the next phase, we're going to go to the pipes side of the tower, and here you will see the screen. The screen is going to start with Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, and it's going to have 4 phases. There are valves downstairs, and those need to be adjusted either up or down. All these need to be pressure equalized, so you want the column in the middle of the screen. So if it's at the top of the screen, you're going to call Alpha down or Bravo down. If it's at the top, whichever corresponding one it is, let's say it's Charlie, is going to be Charlie up. Once that section is done, you press F to interact, move on to the next phase, and you're going to have 4 phases of that. You know this is done because the screen will actually turn itself off again. For the person downstairs, let's say they're on Foxtrot. If they call Foxtrot up, then what you do is shoot this valve to move it up or down. Shooting it on the side, at the top or the bottom, is going to actually rotate the valve, and that is how you adjust it. You'll see the little plus and minus, so just keep that in mind when you are adjusting these. Once that is done, the boss is now going to come out onto the next walkway, and he is going to go to these turrets over here. At the bottom of the turret will be a little weak point. What you want to do is just shoot that weak point down until he moves on to the next one. Also just keeping a bit of an eye on ads because they will keep spawning.
Do not shoot the boss.
Yes, thank you. Once the boss is all the way down onto the floor here, everybody else is going to run back up to the second level from the top. So that's going to be up there. So where attack is going now. They are then going to focus on the boss and the ads. The person that was up on the tower that has hazard protection and armor regen is going to stay with the boss, do as much damage as they can with, let's be fair, a tank build, and just stay alive while everyone else kills the boss and the ads. Once the boss is down, you need to wait. It takes a second or two, and a key will spawn in front of you. Pick up that key and run as fast as your little agent legs will carry you to your chain. Get upstairs, and then you want to run to the diagnostic side, and this little thing next to the diagnostics, you are going to interact with this and keep your finger on the interact button. While this is happening, the person that are assigned to the various colors downstairs need to go and interact with their terminals. This is a timed event, so if you do not get this done in time, this section will wipe and you have to start again. Anything else I've missed, Tack?
No.
Cool. Alright, go downstairs, pick up your loot, and then make your way to the yellow door. Okay, on this section, we're going to wait here for a second, designate 2 people to go onto the right-hand side, and they are going to go and shoot down weak points. So, Tack will follow you. So, watch out for these red things, they will foam you in the actual raid. Okay, so interact or shooting those is going to drop water. Once that's done, then we carry on. Okay, and then you're going to come and interact over here. What that is going to do is allow the people that are running on this side. Over here is going to be an electrified wall. They're not going to be able to get through until the person on the right is done. Once the people on the right are done, this door in front needs to be DPS down as fast as possible, while 2 other people run up this, up the stairs here, fast as you can, and get to this lever and interact with it. This is a timed event, so if you do not do this quick enough, the train will get away and you will fail this encounter. Once this is done, everybody needs to go back outside, downstairs, and grab your key. For the final encounter, what we're going to be fighting is this big area open in front of us. So you will see the train on your right, and then the big turret and so forth on the left. To get there, we are going to drop down this. And into this open room here. When we get here, this door is going to be closed. Everybody needs to stand inside this area. Do not go through the door yet when we open it. And shoot all the ads and the chunga. What this does is it gives us a little bit of extra time because the encounter starts when you actually go through the door. Once everything is dead, then we can run out. The person that is going to be doing the tank roll, operating this turret over here, is going to go and pick up the key that the chunga has dropped. There will be 2 people assigned to RPGs. One is going to be in this corner at the back here, and the other one is going to be in this corner over there. When we start this encounter, this train obviously is not going to be broken, and there's going to be a big red bullet in this section over there. First priority is to use those RPGs and kill that bullet. If the bullet makes it into the barrel, it will be a wipe and you start again. The person on the turret is going to use their key, stand in the circle over here, wait for this console to become active. Once it is, they would then activate it, and that is going to start the encounter, and then on the next phases shoot down the turrets and the middle section of the train. Once all those sections are open, the people on RPGs would use their RPGs then to shoot the weak points under these turrets. What we would usually do is just start on the left and then work your way to all the ones on the right. Once that is done, Morozova is going to come out and she is going to start just taunting you. You don't actually have to kill her yet or shoot her yet. Make sure ads are done. Everyone should get to this section in the middle here. Usually we would have one healer with a hive down. Make sure the ads are down as much as possible. DPS the boss as much as you can for this phase. You will then hear the alarm go off, and that means that the mortars are about to come down. What we should do is wait for the alarm to go off 3 or 4 times, and you'll hear the mortars actually launch. The person that is on the tank build is then going to come and stand in this section over here and deploy their shield, obviously bulwark shield instead of this crappy little shield, and the rest of the team is going to come stand behind them, and the turret in front is going to shoot, and the shield will actually keep the team alive. Once that phase is done, get out of there as fast as possible. That water is going to become electrified again. If anybody is stuck in the back and they do go down, what I would recommend is throw a revive hive. Do not try and res them, you will go down too. In that first phase, something I didn't mention is we're going to have chungas come out left and right. Kill the chungas. The person on the turret, the tank, is then going to come and get the key. Please do not pick up the key yourself, otherwise you're going to have to go and take that position. For the next phase, we are just going to use the turret to shoot the train down. Don't worry too much about the turrets. Once that's done, rinse, repeat, get back into the middle, and when everyone is in the middle, adds it down as much as possible. Then just DPS Morozova and wait for the alarms. Same thing. Wait for the explosions and start, or what's that word called? I'm blanking on it now. The mortars. When you hear them go off, get in the back and just stay safe and get out again. We'll do that 2 times. Then we need to do one last encounter in the section. And for that, we're going to have to get keys again. The person is going to come back, interact. That stage, we need to kill everything on the train. And we'll have one last set of mortars come in. We're going to get to the back, DPS Morozova, survive the mortars, and then kill her. Once she is down, there will be 2 RPGs left. Those RPGs need to be used on the last bullet that is going to go and try and go into the train. If that bullet does make it into the train, again, it's a wipe. If you do get the bullet down, then you'll see this barrel is going to fall down and you have a whole little cutscene, and you are done with that encounter. Tech, anything to add?
Not really. It's not the turret that shoots down the train. It is RPGs.
Okay. Apologies. Yeah, but I thought you still do damage to the train before you can use the RPGs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But you said a minute ago you're going to use the train to do, the turret to do it all.
Oh,
but no,
yeah, apologies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The RPGs.
Okay, no, cool. All right, and once that's done, that's the end of your encounter. Everyone can go into the room at the back and hopefully get their Ravenous. And that is the guide.